Well, with this video, I'm supposed to begin with the tenses, with the first tense. But before starting with the tenses, I realized that I must tell you one more thing that is very important to understand how to not to make the mistakes while using the tenses. I call it a layman's criteria or strategy. Means a thing, if just understood, we can avoid lots of mistakes in the usage of tenses. So, this is lesson 11, tenses, do's and don'ts. Yes, there are certain do's and don'ts. So what are the do's and what are the don'ts that I will try to throw some light upon in this video. So to understand the do's and don'ts of tenses, you are first supposed to understand one thing that I am going to use from this video onwards. That is, I would be using certain symbols, like whenever I will be writing V and in bracket there is 1, it means that is first form of the verb. V1 is first form of the verb. Similarly, V and then in bracket there will be 2 and that means it is second form of the verb. And then V in the bracket there is 3. It means this is third form of the verb. And whenever there is V, ing in the bracket, it means it is an ing form of the verb. So in future, I will not be writing completely first form of the verb or second form of the verb or third or ing form of the verb. I will be just putting these symbols V1, V2, V3 and VING. Now, let's come to the first don't of English grammar or how to use the tenses without mistake. So first don't is, remember, after is, they are coming on your screen, you can see, after is, am, are, was, were or be. Be is also the first form of the verb. Is, am, was, were or be. Whenever these are there, after them always use ing form when the verb is active. When the verb is in active form, active passive you'll understand later, but just remember if you have an idea. When the verb is active, then we have to use ing form, and when the verb is passive, then we have to use third form of the verb. So the first do is that you must remember means after is, am, was, were or be, there is always either ing form in the active form when the verb is active and third form when the verb is passive. Second is after being, being. Whenever there is being anywhere, always use third form of the verb, means V3. After being, being, there is always third form. Similarly, whenever there is has, have, had or been, B-E-E-N, been, whenever any of them is there, has, have, had or been, always use third form of the verb. We cannot use neither ing nor first form or nor second form. Only third form comes along with these helping verbs. And third, next do is that you are supposed to do is, that is after TO2, whenever there is a preposition to, we are supposed to use first form. When the verb is required, we have to use first form or be. Mostly, it's not all 100%. In certain cases, there will maybe ing form comes, but otherwise, overall, we need to understand that after TO2, there is always first form. When the first form is missing, we have to use BEB. And apart from to, any other preposition like for, from, with, without, on, at, in, into, etc. Like any other preposition if comes, after that we need a verb that is always in ing form. That is in ing form. And one more that is the rule you need to remember about grammar to make not to make any mistake in the usage of tenses. That is, whenever there is any auxiliary like can, could, may, might, will, shall, would, should, must, dare, need, ought to, or even used to. A few other may be there. But remember, after can, could, may, might, will, shall, would, should, must, dare, need, ought to, used to, there is always first form of the verb or BEB. When the verb is not there, we are having adjective or noun, we are supposed to use be. So these are certain do's. If you just go through them carefully once again, 2-3 times, you just watch it 2-3 times and try to remember this thing, that in English grammar, this is remembered. This is required to be remembered. You can make a correction in your usage of the tenses, which we are going to start from the next video. Apart from these do's, there can be some don'ts also. So the first don't is after is, am, are, was, were, has, have or had. When any of these helping verb is there, remember, we never use first form of the verb. First form of verb never comes along with these helping verbs. If you're making the use of first form of the verb along with them, it means you're making a grammatical mistake. You're using the tense wrongly. You're not following the principle or the rule which is required to be remembered. And the next one more don't is, that is also very helpful if you understand, that is, am, are, was, were, do, does, did, has, have, had, be, been, being. Any of them means any verb, any auxiliaries that we mentioned above also, like can, could, may, might, would, should, ought, dare, etc. or all these that I just mentioned, along with all these helping verbs or auxiliaries or models, we never use second form. It implies that second form is always alone. It means first form, ing form and third form, they can come with different helping verbs or auxiliaries, but second form never comes with any other helping verb. Means it doesn't carry any helping verb or any auxiliaries along with it. Isn't it interesting to understand? So go through this video a few times or as much as possible, because it's going to help you to make lots of things correct for you when you're using English or you're making the uses of English tenses. So that's it, and if you can be able to make a few sentences on the basis of these do's and don'ts, please put in the comment box. This would be your task. Write a few sentences with taking care of these do's and don'ts. Thank you very much. Do like and subscribe the video. See you next time with the tenses. Till then, goodbye.